everyone. Good afternoon and very, very warm welcome to the Samsung Arctic workshop. Um, how many of you were there this morning when we had a keynote presentation? Okay. And yeah. So let me first introduce ourselves. I'm Hardik. And in between the session, if you have any question, please do let us know. Um, he's Madan, Neil, Lalit, Satyajit, and Prasad. Right. So they are going to help us with the lab session later. So the agenda today is to give you a hands-on experience on the Arctic platform, and we would like to, we would try our best to get you that experience in next 2 hours. So just initial 20 to 25 minutes, we'll go through some of the quick information on Arctic, and then we can go through the hands-on. We have got several labs planned for this afternoon, so you can go through that. Okay, right. So Arctic, we are introducing that one as a complete end-to-end IoT platform. Complete because an IoT product you need. I mean, if an end product maker want to make an IoT product, they need a production-ready, scalable hardware module. So they also need software, they also need cloud, and they also need, along with this, I think today we had a session on security as well. I think there were track 1, track 2, track 3, all the tracks were on security. So security is very important in IoT. So even that's pretty important, and Arctic has end-to-end enterprise class security. So, and Arctic encompasses, we have all this offerings so that you have a very easy to use development environment, and you can have a very rapid deployment, right? So you don't need to worry about which hardware component should I use, or what software component should I be using, or what cloud should I connect to. This all come to you very easily, and you'll see how to do that just in our labs. So it enables the customers with, they can focus on the differentiated application code. So the key thought behind Arctic is that the people who are making IoT products, they don't need to worry about such things, selection of hardware modules or software and all this. They just need to focus on how they're going to differentiate their product in our easy-to-use development environment. That's all. And with this, you will definitely have much speedier time to market. So it will be, you can say they are secure, interoperable, and intelligent IoT products, end of the day. Coming to hardware modules, we have already, when I say production ready, what does it mean? So those modules, they have certain radios on that, and those radios are already certified with whatever are the certified bodies for those radios, and which is where all the certifications are done for those ones. And with very minimal changes or with very minimal testing, you get ready for production, right? And these are highly optimized for the usage. So there are certain modules that are for the use case of, let's say, low power and cost-effective functions. They are typically targeted to be used for the edge nodes, which are single function things of Internet of Things. So these Arctic 0 series modules are meant for either sensor or the actuators kind of use case, which are the edge nodes of your kind of hub, right? Under Arctic 0, we have got 2 modules, Arctic 0.20 and 0.30. And the way they are different is only the radios are different on these modules. So 0.20 has Bluetooth, or rather Bluetooth Low Energy, and 030 has Thread and Zigbee, right? And the hardware, it has got Cortex-M, Cortex-R CPUs, and radios we already spoke about. I think we'll go through the hardware configuration a little later. Then let's move to the modules which are meant for the gateway or hub kind of use case. So Arctic 5 is typically a module which is, a perfect combination of power and processing capability for gateway kind of application. It has limited video processing capability, but that's probably not a very high use case in mid-range gateways. And if somebody needs more processing power just because they want to avoid the latency for analytics, they want to do some analytics locally, then Arctic 7 is meant for them. It has much higher video processing capability, and on top of it, a higher compute power. So if you have any application like, say, 3D graphics or immersive video, or even say other activities, then those can also run on Arctic 7. And Arctic 10 is meant for high-end applications, again, 3D graphics, or even self-driving automobile application kind of things. So Arctic 10 is meant for that. We'll go through the hardware configuration a little later. But the gateways and high-end application has all the radios, so that's not a concern. Okay, so this is the edge node configuration that we have for hardware modules. So before I go ahead, let me show you the module. This is our Arctic development board, and this is typically Arctic 5 development board. And you see here the white patch. You'll soon have this board in your hand, but this white patch is the module. So that's what actually goes into production. So that's pretty much optimized, very cost-effective thing. And this one is for the gateway, or maybe even for a little smarter edge node. But here the hardware configuration is mainly for the edge nodes. So 2.0 and 3.0, the ARM processor is Cortex-M4, being clocked at 40 megahertz. The RAM is 32 KB and flash is 256K. The peripherals are all given here: I2C, SPI, GPIO, UART, and the number of channels over there. Coming to security, even in edge nodes, we have got the crypto accelerometer. So you are actually having pretty fast, energy efficient hardware encryption and decryption. Coming to encryption that is supported, so we have all these AES 128, 256, SHA-1, 2, and ECC supported. With ECC, you can have much faster thread commissioning, right? Everyone aware of Thread, Bluetooth, Zigbee here? Excellent, excellent. Okay. This is the typical configuration of the hub or the gateway and the high-end application modules. So they are being they are having the ARM A7 520 has 2 cores, so only dual core there. It has got A7 being clocked at 1 gigahertz, and the RAM is like 512 MB, and flash is 4 GB. Whereas the 710 is, as we discussed, it's little high-end gateway or hub, and that is A53 being clocked at 1.4 gigahertz, and the memory is 1 GB, and the flash is 4 GB. And the high-end application module, which is the Arctic 10, which is again octa-core, and A15 and A7 both respectively being clocked at, so A15 is being clocked at 1.5 and A7 being clocked at 1.3 gigahertz. Here is the detail of peripherals, so you can have a quick look. Again, security is very important. It has, in the first slide itself, we said we have got end-to-end enterprise class security. So here, again at Gateway, security is very important. And we've got, again, crypto accelerometer. And I'm not sure if any of you were in track 1 today who were discussing about the some of the security issues that we've seen in last year. And one of the case there was, uh, uh, sorry, to be predicted, and it's not a true random number that it is generating, then it can be easily, you can have security threat. But here we have a true random number generator, so that's not an issue. And we also have secure memory, for storing keys. We will go through that a little bit. And plus, I think we have a complete trusted execution environment. Everybody aware with trusted execution environment here? No. Okay. So trusted execution environment is a secure space on your main processor itself, and the data and the data inside that space is protected in terms of confidentiality and even integrity. Yeah. So that works on top of another hardware piece called ARM-based trust zone. So that also will come in future slide. But so some of the security things, extremely secure things, they actually run in trusted execution environment. They don't run on the rich OS or the typical OSs that we have, and which is where it is highly secure. Again, the algorithms that are supported are, again, bootloader is extremally important. Your boot itself is signed. The initial bootloader is signed by Samsung, and later on the later bootloader packages can be even signed by vendors if they want. So the bootloader has all this security encryptions and support, and we also have secure JTAG support for debug. And we also have secure element support where you store your keys or any other important security, extremely secure things which are pretty important for your security. Yeah. And trust zone is another hardware piece in which you ideally run your trusted execution environment. So that's also supported on Arctic 5 and Arctic 7 and high-end applications. Yeah. Right. So we've had a quick look at the hardware for edge nodes and the gateways or hubs. Here is the software stack for the edge nodes. Again, I'm not going much into the detail in the interest of the time, but typically the edge nodes, the Arctic 0 modules, they are bare metal, right? All Arctic modules are supplied, or you already have the extremely well-tested and integrated software solution coming along with that. You get all the protocol stack and network stack along with that, so which are again certified, well-tested. Our thread solution is probably one of the best in the world, so you don't need to worry about those aspects. But edge nodes are typically a bare metal thing. It doesn't have any OS, so we have a hardware abstraction layer there that kind of helps you with the access to the resources. On top of that, we have network stack, again, which is provided, and application framework. And this is BSP and Linux kernel, sitting right above the hardware. And then we have root file system. Current support is Fedora. And the APIs for middleware, we have several libraries support. So we've got, first of all, Arctic APIs. If you go to arctic.io and go to the developers area, you will find lots of API details and documentation. And that's extremely well documented. It will help you even with your development very well. Yeah. So Arctic APIs, then we've got libArduino as well. So if you have Arduino programs, you could very well run them over Arctic with this library. Then you've got Arctic Cloud SDK and IoTVT, of course. We say this again and again that Arctic is an open platform. So it doesn't mean that Arctic modules will only connect to Arctic Cloud. Arctic modules can even connect to third-party clouds as well, right? And even to Arctic Cloud, third-party devices can also connect. So you can even connect to third-party cloud and use their SDKs also in this space. And then this is the play area. This is where we can develop the application code. Current support is C, C++, Node.js. Apologies, we have not mentioned Python, but there's no end to this because at the end it's Linux running underneath, right? So whatever you're comfortable with on top of Linux, you can use that for your application development. And this is just a symbolic of this is all that is provided to you. This is where a product maker plays, right? Coming to security, this is a quick overview rather than, because in the interest of time, we thought we will not go through extreme details of security. But this is a quick overview of the kind of security that typically runs for a typical topology of Internet of Things. So with the edge node that connects to hub using DTLS, or a mobile phone can connect to a cloud with TLS or OAuth. We have the OAuth support, and even a hub or gateway will connect to the cloud with the TLS. And even Arctic Cloud can connect to another cloud. You can actually write code if you really need to connect to third-party code as well. You need to take some service from third-party cloud. That's not a problem. You can even have that. So, right, so this is the typical use case or typical scenario of security. Trusted execution environment, we discussed about that. In the hardware, we of course have secured element. The secure element typically stores your keys, and that's not easily accessed by rich OS. We also have a hardware component that's called trust zone, and under that, whatever data, either storage or the other data that you have, that is extremely secure, right? It's away from the rich OS. So if I've not included the diagram, but if I draw a diagram, I have to split it vertically. One side, below is the hardware. One side, you've got rich OS running, and the other side, you've got trusted execution environment, which is running on top. Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry. Right, so the trusted execution environment is running in a separate space on your processor, on top of trust zone. So your data, either storage or even the program data, is extremely safe. On the software, of course, with trust zone and trusted execution environment, we support Trustonic OS. And if you don't want to use that, we also have S-Safe API. It doesn't support all those powerful APIs that you could have via the Trustonic OS, but you could have the basic 3 APIs via the S-Safe APIs. Yeah? Coming to cloud. So far we have looked at software, the hardware, the software, little bit of security, and now coming to cloud. So the thought process for this cloud is, first of all, it's an API-first design. People are aware here that with the API-first philosophy, I think most of you are. So API-first is the idea for Arctic Cloud, and it is very well integrated with all other aspects that you need. It is very well integrated with your security or even device manifest and any other aspect that you need, or even data analytics or whatsoever. We'll see it in the next slide. And it is very much interoperable with third-party, either devices or applications or cloud. Yeah. So Arctic Cloud is highly interoperable with any of the third-party devices or application or cloud, and which is where we keep repeating that Arctic is pretty much an open platform. So this is a very, very, very oversimplistic block diagram of the cloud. So there is a data ingestion layer where you ingest the data. And one of the very easy mechanism for that is device manifest. Under device manifest, we can define the fields and actions for the devices. And you will be, in fact, doing this yourself when you do the lab today using the device manifest. And then there are multiple protocol device connections and cloud connections. In the core of it, you've got a lot of things like data analytics or even message action processing. So if there was a action that needed to be taken on particular message, then you do that. And you also have identity and permissions and, of course, the data storage. And under the developer tools, you typically have the rules engine, which is very important for your IoT applications or products. You also have visualization. You will see today in the lab that you can actually see on the cloud the state of your device. What is the state, whether it's on or off. You have the visualization there. And you also have the universal data access APIs, right? So this is overall the Arctic Cloud. This is a little bit more information about device manifest, because maybe you're not directly going to, okay, so you will be using a manifest today and an application based on this manifest. And the manifest actually records the capabilities of your device type so that other users or devices can actually access it. Yeah, and it is typically defined in a way as fields and actions. The fields that you want to update to the cloud, or actions that can actually come for that particular device. Yeah, so that's typical of data manifest. So I think this slide is very much obvious. These are the typical use cases where, in fact, we've seen Arctic can be used. We have got prototypes, or we have used them with third-party applications. We have used them in smart home use case. The n number of smart home use cases. I'll not go through each of them. The personal monitoring, typically the health is covered under that, and beacons. Then smart city, we spoke about smart grid today, already in the morning, or traffic management. And also under smart building or smart city, you can say, where smart thermostat or smart lighting or smart parking, all these areas you can use Arctic as a platform. So all in all, I would like to stress again, Arctic is a complete end-to-end platform. You have everything that you need to build an IoT product, that is from hardware to very, very, very stable and tested and integrated embedded software. On top of that, middleware, and then a very easy to use development environment for rapid deployment. And it is definitely pretty much interoperable with any other device or with the cloud. And the security is designed for end-to-end security class, enterprise class security. So this is the first slide that we saw. I think after the overview, you can realize why we say Arctic is a complete end-to-end solution. So I think this is all we wanted to take you all through with the Arctic as a platform. If you have any questions, please let us know, or otherwise we can start with the lab session. IDs? Okay. So the edge node kind of devices, if you want to build a product of edge node kind of things, then we have an ID from Silicon Labs that we typically use, along with the IAR systems tool chain. Okay, because and on that, and coming to the gateway side, we use the Eclipse Che, and that's the typical IDE we use. And you can use GCC also. But with the edge node, maybe IR system toolchain needs to be used. Um, this is actually work in progress. As of now, Fedora is clearly supported, but maybe I need to check what all is in progress, and we can get back. But yeah, this is the current state, and this is where things are optimized, I would say. Yes, if you, I mean, we had, there is also a possibility that you can use the version you want, but there we don't claim that to be extremely optimized and power efficient and all those aspects. This is what we have tested and we have optimized it. It doesn't mean that we don't support other OS. Of course, it's you can support any flavor there. Yeah. Security is already provided. You've got these kind of security encryption engine as well. So all that you need to ensure is that when you make a connection, you are actually using that kind of security. That's all. No, application just need to mention that this data need to be encrypted, and that's all. It will be encrypted. If your connection itself is secured, the data will be encrypted. Right? Yeah, your security is DTLS, so yes, the data will be via that security. Any other question?
Yeah, one more. Here, here.
Sorry.
No, no. Just want to know, like, can we have? Will you provide all the kernels, like Linux kernels? Is it open, where we can compile and put into the Arctic, like maybe on the Arctic 5 or something? Are you providing that?
Yes. Whatever kernel we already support, you can actually have it. You can actually have it from the Arctic website itself once you have a kit.
The source is available, you mean to say?
Yes.
And we can have customized kernel compilation and we can put it? Do this board support that?
Uh, See, we have a BSP. That is what we have tested with the version of kernel that we have. But then beyond that, if you make certain changes, I'm not sure how would it turn out, which is where we will need to put further effort to get it little stabilized or.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. The kernel is open source, but the networking stacks will come as binary. Yes. 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 Right. So we have API first kind of design here, and that's a RESTful architecture. So REST APIs is what we support in terms of gateways connecting into the cloud, and then I'm sure the other clouds are also RESTful APIs, but we need to appreciate each other's APIs for that access. So a user who is actually writing this application that they need to use the third-party cloud, um, uh, there are two scenarios here. Sorry. Yeah, okay. There are two scenarios here. One, you want to use the Arctic device with third-party cloud straight away. That shouldn't be a problem. We just need to adhere to the APIs supported by that third-party cloud. Um, the in case of Arctic cloud connecting to another cloud also, that also is not a problem. We just need to write the application code that appreciates the API supported by the other cloud. Yeah. Yes. That's yeah, but that's a difficult one. I think we have. I think when you do the lab, you will realize that it's very easy to say add devices or so. Yeah. Yeah. No, we are not clear as of now. With the current framework, I think it is, as of now, not supported. It is a work in progress, I believe. But anyway, we can get back to you a little later.
Hello.
I think.
So are these module available to buy from the website?
Sorry?
Can we buy these modules if we want?
Oh, very well, very well. You can just go to artic.io and click on a module and get more information, and you can buy it from DG Keys, and there's another vendor. There are two vendors from whom you can buy. So it's very easy to buy. We've bought it easily.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, okay, last question. Then we can go ahead with the lab. Right. So for the cost model, I think that's clearly given on the Arctic website. I think you can have a look at it under the developers section. But as a developer also, just like any other cloud, you have certain accesses for free per day, and there is a model that's described very well on the artic.io.
Hi.
Okay, so
Excuse me, last question.
there are several.
Last question.
Okay.
Is it easy to port the present Artix platform to any other ARM-based chips, or is it going to take quite some modifications on different layers? Because you mentioned this comes with the hardware module as well, A53.
Right.
Is it easy to port to other chips?
So that's where we are saying it's a complete solution, that we have provided the embedded software, whatever is needed, right? In case of gateway, we've got BSP and everything. Porting it to another platform is going to take some time, and which is where we think that this is going to really help developers, that all these things that one needs to worry about are taken care of, right? The IoT product maker only need to focus on the application space, where they need to think about how they can differentiate their product from that application.
So I can add any drivers to it, device drivers?
You can. If you want, you can, yes.
We can add, right?
Yes. Okay. I think we can now start our lab session, which is the main agenda for today. This was just an overview of Arctic platform. In the interest of time, maybe we can just start with the lab session. So we are going to have 3 labs that are lined up for us, and that's going to be a very interesting one. We have roughly 60 people subscribing to this workshop, and as of now we have 30 boards. So what we would request is, maybe we can pair up with 2 people and they can work on one setup. That would be really great, and it would be an easy exercise for us then. So now I think there are no slides, so this is the greatest space that we have here. So maybe what I would request is, we will come around and we'll try and arrange. So for example, everybody doesn't need to face this side. Maybe some people can even sit the other side as well, and we will start with the exercise. If you could take out your laptop and be ready, then we can start. I'm not sure how many of you have downloaded the USB driver and the putty already on your laptop. Okay, several of you already have it. In case you don't have it, Lalit has the drivers on the USB. You can just shout for him and he'll be happy to help you.
I think all have registered the attendance, and if somebody is missing that, he can register. Okay, thank you. We can get one more page. भगवान, इसमें driver है, और putty है. एक उसको दूसरे को दे दो किसी. Can we get these pairs quickly, so that we can start? You need driver? Oh, you two are pair? Okay. Here, your driver.
Can we have, if you have preferences, please, if you could get yourself in a pair, or otherwise your person sitting next to you, anyway, you can start, you can work with them. And Lalit will come along and give you the USB drive. So I would really request you all to rearrange, because you all don't need to face this side. Your key work is going to be on your laptop and on the board now. So maybe some people can sit on this side as well. Yeah. Here we'll have two more people coming here. You can come here if you want.
Some place is this side.
Yeah, sure. So you have somebody with you? Okay, you have somebody with you?
So anybody else need driver?
You have somebody with you because okay, we can have a partner.
Okay.
You two are okay.
We will give the link. If you are not getting the USB, you can see the driver link and you can type and download. The people who did not get the USB still. I think you guys are connected to the internet, right? To the metro net. Voice.
Thank you. Let's put back everything in the same box, same condition.
If you have any queries, please hold one of please. You should ideally have the board, 4 antennas, one charger, and one USB cable in your pack. If you have any missing thing, please let us know. USB driver and putty now, right? Missing?
Yes, we do have.
Anybody is facing a Wi-Fi connectivity issue with your laptop?
You're connected to the Wi-Fi.
All are connected to the metro net, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please make sure you're connected to Metronet.
Check. Excuse me, can you plug in AC some power supply? Oh yeah, that would be 2 power adapters. The last space.
Okay, then you are done with the Wi-Fi. Just hit that program.
Actually, even second from the right. Second from the right.
Fourth from the right is ground.
In case you are not able to spot the ground is on the J27, fourth from the right. And if you don't believe me, you can just use your phone camera, zoom it. Yeah, if you don't trust me, believe me, you can actually use the phone camera, zoom it, and you will find ground written on that pin, fourth from the ground. From right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anybody needs help with ground, where the ground is? Okay.
Let's work on JavaScript. So the light is working.
I hope everybody has found the connections right of the wires. Bhagwan here can help you with lab 3 manual. And if you need any help with wiring or connections, please let one of us.
Lab 3, you can come here.
So, how many guys you have done with lab 2 totally? 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. So lab 3 will be more interesting because you are going to use the cloud, Arctic cloud. So all the people, you got the lab 3 manual?
The lab 3 is going to be extremely important. You are actually controlling your LED here from the switch here, but not directly. Lab 2, you were controlling it directly. The moment you press the switch, your LED was going on and off. That is that size. First, you for lab 3, there is a portion where you have to go on the lab. On the internet and do some registration at devices. I would request you to use Chrome browser for that if you have, or if you could even use Mozilla, that's not a problem. But sometimes we have seen that its reaction is little slower, so your experience would be much better with Chrome and Mozilla.
So lab 2, make sure you have done both the exercise. Controlling through the switch and the first one it had Okay, so there may be some connection issue or something like that. So before going to lab 3, make sure lab 2 is done completely. Anybody else read this lab 3 manual? Lab 3. You read manual. You have it.
दो तीन ले आना था
Lab 3?
go to record switch bar a switch you have to run the switch where is light the switch पुराने से वही होगा जो
So who are on the lab 3, at least they can go through the cloud section and register first. So it will take some time in the registration. So there is a link is given there in the lab 3 manual. So first thing at least you can do the registration who are on the lab 3.
connected it correctly or again you should change the line that line is not very bad
Basically, if you remove right now, all the thing is basically connect. So we connect it now via switch. That's it.
Give me a minute.
use this model with this yes it's not because into the device the device just and cooperate without light this device doesn't have any device you can use this first
We didn't get those things.
new This is Jack is just showing you the context. You want to edit it? Now press escape, get out of insert. Now when you press
If lab 3 is finished for you guys, then if they have done, then actually they can from the board and the mobile. You can see what Wi-Fi hotspot.
it's because it's a device, right?
If for some table things are done, we can connect the mobile as well. And please make sure to fill the feedback.
Yeah, correct, correct.
Thanks a lot, everyone. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.